All right, we're going to talk about something very important today, and it's something that I've been getting comments after comments after comments asking about the vote for Elon Musk compensation package. If it gets approved, if it doesn't get approved, will he get up and leave? And all these fear-mongering feelings and comments that I see coming left, right, and center, and it's getting to the point where it's getting pretty concerning and very obvious that the whole entire Tesla community is not only tense, but very scared and they're full of fear. Everyone is fearful. And by the way, your fear is my alpha because I'm buying more shares on the cheap. And again, it's not a time to be a bear on Tesla. I made a video about it here. You guys can check it out what I mean by that. But everyone is full of fear. And one wise man said that you got to be greedy when others are fearful. And that's what I am. But anyways, let's not get carried away with that. Let's talk about the vote. What's going to happen if it passes, if it disapproves? Pretty much what's the worst case scenario, best case scenario, and what the realistic scenario is. So I hope if you guys have any concerns or any doubts or anything like that, I hope this video does give you some comfort, because we are going to look at this in a rational way and we're not going to let emotions get in the way, because that's what's happening right now. It's a lot of emotions in the way, a lot of feelings in the way, and not so much of, logic and brain and rationality. So let's get down to it. Smash that like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. So what are we voting for? Because I think it's important to talk about what exactly we are voting for and what exactly is it that we are actually voting for, because a lot of people think that this money is actually cash coming from out of Tesla, from the cash position, which is again misinformation and just FUD. All right, let's just get down to what are we voting for. There's two things that we are mainly voting for. There's more things that we got to vote for, but these two are the main things, which is Elon's compensation package and moving the state of incorporation from Delaware to Texas. These are the two main things that we are voting for. There's again many other things, but these are the two main things. The main thing that everyone is zooming on is Elon's compensation package, because this was already approved in 2018 and then got overturned by the corrupt judge in Delaware, and now we are trying to ratify it. That's what we are trying to do. We're trying to ratify an already agreed upon compensation package after everything has been ticked off, that Elon has done the impossible. That's what we are ratifying in. So I mean, it's a no-brainer to vote for, but there are some people out there, some investors out there that are saying he shouldn't get it, even though he's done everything he was supposed to do. It's just insane. But some context is important here. Elon is not being paid in cash. Elon is supposed to be paid what, like 47 billion or 50 billion, somewhere around there. Tesla's not going to go to the cash position or what they have and just pay, hey Elon, here's 60 billion dollars worth of cash because of your compensation. Elon is not being paid in cash. He's being paid in stock options. This is very important. He's being paid in stock options, which he has until 2028 to exercise them. And when he does exercise them, he cannot sell it for another 5 years. So anyone who thinks that he's going to take this money and run out and buy, Twitter 2.0, or buy something else or do something else with it, he cannot do it for at least 5 years after he has exercised it. So that's one thing to clear up. He's being paid in stock options, which he has rules and laws that he cannot break. It's impossible for him to do it. So you guys got that? You guys understood that? Great. Smash that like button, because this part is important, because everyone is saying that he's going to get paid in cash. He is not going to get paid in cash. And by the way, these stock options, these shares that he's going to get is already been diluted in the shares outstanding. It's already there. People who are saying that once it gets approved, it's going to get diluted even more. No, it's not going to happen, because it's already included. Now that we got exactly what we are voting for out the way, we need to see the best case scenario, the worst case scenario, and the realistic scenario. So the best case scenario is the compensation package gets approved, gets re-ratified, and the state of incorporations gets approved as well. That goes from Delaware to Texas. That is the best case scenario. Everyone is happy. The stock goes up. And by the way, guys, just because it gets approved, it doesn't mean that he actually is going to get the compensation package. He has to go back to the court and say, hey, my shareholders approved it again after everything. So you're wrong. I'm right. Let's do something. So it's not going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Shareholders approved it. Here's, we're going to approve it. That's not the case, unfortunately. But it does help Elon with the compensation package later on. And the lawyer fees, which they want $5 billion worth of Tesla stock, they're most likely not going to get it because of that. And when he does relocate that thing, or the next compensation package in Texas, when it does get relocated to Texas, because I don't think Elon and the board of directors want to give Elon another compensation package in Delaware, because we all know what happened. So once it gets moved there, the old compensation pack is going to be included in the new one. We'll get to that in a bit. But that was the best case scenario. Everything gets approved. Everyone's happy. Stock goes up. That speculation and FUD for Elon leaving goes away, right? Worst case scenario is when the compensation package gets declined and the state of incorporation stays in Delaware. No one is happy. Stock will probably tank for a bit. The fear will get worse. The FUD will get worse. Speculation of Elon leaving will get worse. My God, it's going to be a crazy time if both get declined. Well, it doesn't matter if the reincorporation to Texas, if that gets declined, because I don't think that's going to pass because of just the amount of shares out voting out there and who is able to vote. It seems like only 50% of the shareholders are able to vote for this. And if they don't vote, it's an automatic no. So that's going to be tough. For the compensation package, however, I think that's a different story, but I'm going to get to the realistic part in a bit. So worst case scenario, what's going to happen if compensation package gets declined and instead of incorporation to moving from Delaware to Texas gets declined? What's going to happen there? Well, let me be the first to enlighten you that Elon is not looking forward. Of course, he would want the compensation package, but he did say that he feels uncomfortable if he doesn't get 25% voting power, not 25% of the shares of the company. Voting power. Voting power and shares of the company are completely two different things. I'll give you an example. SpaceX. Elon owns 42% of SpaceX, but he has nearly 80% voting power. It doesn't mean he owns 80% of the company, but he has 80% of the voting power. So in Tesla, Elon is saying that, hey, I want at least 25% because I want to have a say. And when we make autonomous or, Tesla bots, we don't want this to turn into Terminator and, going around and just, on a killing spree. We don't want this. And I want to have a say in it. It has nothing to do with more money. It has nothing to do with more compensation. It's just voting power. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Elon owns already 13% of Tesla in shares. This is how much he actually owns of it. He's asking for 25% voting power. Shares of the company is different and voting power is different. He could have 13% of the company and have 25% of voting power. He could do that just like how he is with SpaceX. So even if the compensation does get disapproved, Elon is not going anywhere. He's going to stay in Tesla and he's going to continue doing what he's doing. It's not like he's going to get a backpack. One day, simply get up, get his backpack, put everything that he made in Tesla, put on his back and just leave the room. I mean, you simply can't do that. That's illegal. You can't just take property from a company and take it somewhere else and do it there as well. And Elon is not the type of guy to do that. What he will do, if he's deciding to take things out of the company, well, he can't do that. But if he is thinking of doing, for example, the Optimus thing, which I do think that's what he means, the Terminator, all that kind of stuff with the bot, he's going to take the advanced bots there. So Tesla bots will be, or Optimus will be with Tesla, but the advanced ones that does advanced things, that's going to be in another company. That's what I think he's doing. But Tesla's going to continue to have energy. They're going to continue to have vehicles. They're going to continue to have robotaxis, full self-driving, all these important fundamental things. It's still going to stay with Tesla. It's not going to go anywhere, and nor will Elon go anywhere. He's going to stay there. He's going to make sure that the state of incorporation does move from Delaware to Texas. Doesn't matter if it gets declined now. He'll bring it up again in another vote, so on and so forth until this gets approved. Then he moves there. And Elon in Q1 earnings, he did say that we can do some buybacks as well that can also help him to get more shares of the company later, that can potentially help him to get the voting power as well. But here's the thing, a new compensation package will be made for Elon, and whatever was missed in this one, it'll be added on in the next one in Texas, not in Delaware, including his 25% voting power. That's the most logical thing that I can think of happening. And realistically, I think that's what will happen if this gets disapproved. So two things, guys. One, Tesla board of directors will make another compensation package for Elon in Texas, not in Delaware, including the previous compensation package if this gets disapproved. This will also include the 25% voting power in this package. The second thing, it's unrealistic to think that Tesla's going to get up and take things away from Tesla. Legally, he cannot do it. The board of directors will not allow him. Think Apple. Think Steve Jobs when he was kicked out of the company back in 1984. He took nothing away from Apple. In fact, he went and started new companies like Pixar and some other ones that is very well known today. And then he sold them to Apple. Then he became the CEO of Apple again. So nothing will be moved away from Tesla. If there is something going to be moved away, it'll be the advanced bots, which aren't even made yet. That would be it. And that's the worst case scenario, which honestly, it doesn't sound that bad when you guys sit down and actually think about it and see what the outcomes will be. Elon just getting up and leaving is just not realistic, guys. I don't know why everyone is so fearful. Why is everybody so scared of this? I think what's going on here is Elon really wants to move this from Delaware to Texas, and that's why they're pushing everyone to vote, because they know they will vote for this. And it's hard to get the Delaware to Texas vote to be approved, because again, only half of the shareholders are going to be voting, and you have to get as many voters to vote as possible. So if you guys haven't voted, you can check the video here to see how you guys can vote for it. So that's the worst case scenario. And again, the worst case scenario doesn't sound that bad when you sit down and actually think about it. The realistic scenario, what I think is going to happen, and I'm 99% of this is going to happen, is that the compensation package is going to get approved again. It's going to get re-ratified, but that Delaware probably won't. If it does, it's going to be a great day for everybody, but I think that's what's going to happen. Ratify of compensation of 2018 for Elon gets approved, but Delaware moving away from Delaware to Texas, I don't think this will happen, which is okay. That's not much of a big deal at the moment. It would be nice to have being in favor of that, but this is going to come again and again and again until this actually becomes a reality. Main thing is right now that everyone is so afraid and scared and fearful, and I think you guys are as well when you guys clicked on this video, is a compensation package, and I think this is going to get approved. Literally, I think we'll find out in 2 weeks from now. I will be live streaming it if there's going to be some sort of a live stream going on. I'm not too sure. So let's see what happens then. But I think realistic scenario, I think that's going to happen. Compensation package is going to get approved. Delaware thing, it will not. And here's the thing with Elon Musk. Even if, again, going back to the worst case scenario, you think Elon is going to let Tesla shareholders down? Multiple times on X, he has said that he's not going to let us down, us shareholders down, even though that's kind of hard to believe that if this even does get disapproved, because, I mean, think about it. Imagine you're the CEO or you're the boss and you made a deal with people or board of directors that, hey, if you do all this, you're going to get a compensation package. You agree, they agree, everyone agrees, and then you do it, and then all of a sudden everyone's saying you shouldn't, be awarded. It is a little bit discouraging, and I may not want to be part of the business anymore because now all of a sudden I'm not going to be getting paid for 6 years or this many years of promised that everyone agreed, this contract that we agreed on, and now suddenly everyone is not agreeing that I should not be getting paid. It is BS. I'm not going to sit here and be naive and say, no, I mean, he's not supposed to, you shouldn't get paid. He should get paid. We should get paid. If that was the rules, if that was the contract, that's how it was. Here's the thing. Elon is not a normal human being. Elon did get his compensation from his previous ones and all that kind of stuff. It's just this one that it's being stuck hold because some guy decided to go to the court and say, hey, no. And knowing now that the judge is corrupt in Delaware, maybe because there's some political things going on here, I don't know too much about that. Could be the case. Not too sure about that. That's why he pretty much pulled all his companies from Delaware to Texas. Neuralink, SpaceX, X, Boring Company, all of that now is in Texas. So I reckon that the next time that he gets a compensation package, we're not going to have this issue. And knowing that we're not going to have this issue, I think Elon is inclined to say, okay, whatever, we'll figure this out. If this doesn't get disapproved in the next compensation package, I know this is going to be, included in it, at least some of it. And I know that I'm not going to be, over then. And this is Elon Musk, guys. This is a guy who never gives up. Him getting up and just leaving Tesla is just not a realistic or just reality. It's not reality. It's not a realistic scenario. It's not a realistic outcome. Him just getting up and leaving, something that he worked so hard, and he has 13% of the company, is just not realistic at all. And again, on X, if you guys aren't following me on X, you guys should definitely follow me on X. I do talk a lot about this as well. I've already shared my point of view there on Elon, if he's going to leave or not. If this gets disapproved, which I don't think is going to get disapproved, it will get approved. I share a lot of my thoughts there, so make sure you guys follow me there as well. Elon has said it again multiple times that he's not going to let shareholders down. Simple as that. And what's interesting, guys, if Tesla stock was actually in the green and going up, not necessarily hitting all-time highs, but maybe in the 300s if it was right now, everybody will be voting yes. So this is also part of a human psychology as well. So that's what I think. These are my thoughts when it comes to the vote. I'm not fearful at all. Do I have concerns? I mean, there's always concerns with any investments, but when it comes to this thing, when it comes to compensation being disapproved, I highly doubt that it's going to be disapproved. And if it does get disapproved, the beef is with Delaware. Elon's not going to abandon Tesla because this is a Delaware issue. So once we move away from Delaware and go to Texas, I think things are going to look a whole lot better. So the real question is now, guys, have you guys voted? If you guys haven't voted, if you guys don't vote, it's going to be an automatic no. I mean, I didn't know that until recently, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So if you guys haven't voted, I urge you guys to watch this video and take action and vote for it. So make sure you guys vote, kill the FUD. Let's not get any more FUD in the market, even though I am benefiting from it by buying more on the low. Get your About Your Debt t-shirt or your she-shirt here, a way of support. Subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See ya.